Right then. Now, in the last video, we worked out that the air compressor on this Range Rover is as effective as an asthmatic alpaca. So, seeing as the MOT's due in a couple of days, or tomorrow, I can't remember, we're going to get this thing whipped out. We've been and raided the corpse of another poor old P38 and nicked the valve block and compressor after that. We're going to get them swapped over, give this thing a full service, chuck it up on the ramp and see what other horrors we can discover. Then cross us fingers, hope for the best. See if we can get this thing back on the road, because it'd be nice to have a comfy motor to waft about in for once. Or at least wait for the AA to come and pick me up in. So, ignore that, we're awaiting some Chinesium to be delivered. But fitted the new motor. It still wouldn't rise up, it was still doing the thing where it was showing access height and flashing for normal, but now I took it for a drive, because that seems to be everyone's answer for everything with the P38 is take it for a drive, it'll sort itself out. Believe it or not, took it for a drive, parked up to come and fault find. As soon as I stopped, she went up. So now she's at full height. She actually looks like a Range Rover again. Look at that! It looks proper now. It's ready for test on Thursday. A few more jobs, going to give it a clean, a polish, give it a service kit's ordered, drop the petrol out of it, and hopefully on Thursday she'll be MOT'd. Be nice, wouldn't it? So next job ready for test. Let's take off the Lieutenant Dan controls. Hopefully, I might have cocked up here. I'm hoping that the original pedals are still there underneath. Because if they're not, I should have took the ones off that other P38 that I'd nicked the pump off yesterday. Because that's a 2-hour drive away. So I'm really hoping I can make this work. Otherwise, I just made a massive boo-boo. Anyway, let's ugga-dugga these off. These brilliant fasteners that somebody's used. Yeah, really impressed with these. Two-handed job, I think. So after unscrewing that, I think we've got away with it. So it looks like I can unscrew all these. I'll get some new rubbers, because that's... nobody likes a hole in your rubber, that leads to accidents. And 18 years of bloody payments. Anyway, we'll get that one off, take all this frame off, remove the knob, because again, like holes in rubber, we don't like knobs on his wheel. So yeah, let's whip that off and give this thing a proper drive up the track then, see what she's like now the air's up. So into the final prep now. MOT is tomorrow morning. Oil is on the way. We have Brit Parts' finest service kit. 50 whole pounds for pollen filter, 2 pollen filters, air filter, oil filter, fuel filter, and what I'm hoping is enough spark plugs. Yeah, 8 spark plugs, Denso ones, which I presume are decent. So yeah, the spark plugs look like they're going to be the fun bit, especially this bank. That bank looked dead easy. These, that side, not so much. So let's get this done. Then we'll get it up in the air, drop the oil, change the oil filter, put some ATF into the gearbox, just see if we can cure that whine. Check the diff oils. I've got EP90, I think, in the van. Let's get stuck in. Now, this thing was supposedly serviced not long before it was put away. And that filter does attest to that, but seeing as we're here, we'll change it. It's man as well, so it was decent. Someone looked after it a lot better than I'm doing with this Brit part junk. Ah, well, that's the wrong filter. Great. Bloody cars. Looks like that other one is going back in for now and get a new one ordered. Good old Brit part strikes again. Spoke a bit too soon. Take that intake pipe off and it reveals all 4 spark plugs. So let's get these whipped out. I'm going back to my apprenticeship days because, like I say, I'm a diesel fitter. But my theory of these is if you're doing one at a time, only take one lead off at a time. This would be quite hard to cock up, but trust me, when you're tired and you run out of Red Bull, quite easily cock it up. So one at a time, pull the plugs out one at a time. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Hopefully this thing will be running even sweeter than it already does. Because next on the list, once I've done this, put a new fuel filter in, I'm going to go and fill a couple of jerry cans up with super unleaded, which is going to cost a fortune, and hopefully this thing will be singing properly. So, that side done. Back together into this one. I'll start with the trickiest one at the back and work my way forward, because then I'll feel better as the job goes on, rather than getting to the hard one as I'm losing patience anyway. Get these done, then start her up, back her over the ramp properly, up in the air, fuel filter, oil change, go and get some petrol. We might be winning. Oh, actually, I might go and petrol now because I live in the sticks, and the one petrol station out here that sells super unleaded will probably shut soon. Might be an idea to go and get that first. So, time for our first look underneath this thing. And so far, she's not looking bad. That bag is a little bit perished. That is going to want replacing if we keep it on air. But stuff like hers, CV boots are good. Looking for stuff that's going to fail the test. The shockers, they're rusty, but they ain't leaking oil. Just had the pry bar and chuck it down in all of these. It is all crusty, yeah, but it's been sat for 7 years. It's going to be. The actual chassis itself is good. Like even this bits that look rusty, it's mainly just paint flaking off and then surface corrosion. There's no actual holes, and I've tried in a few places. I can't really make one, but like the diffs aren't leaking. I haven't checked if there's any oil in them, but meh. But yeah, overall we're not looking too bad, too shabby. I'm trying to say 2 words at once then. Don't get me wrong, there is a bit of corrosion up there. It wants blasting off and sealing this thing, which, if we decide it's a keeper, see that back box ain't very old. But really, it wants that big bit there chopping out and the 2 bits at the front, and it will be much nicer. But yeah, let's get the oil dropped, chuck some fresh oil and filter in her, and yeah, we'll get that filter, get that whacked off, new one on, and yeah, I'm feeling good for now. I'm sure tomorrow that is all going to get ripped to pieces, but for now we're feeling good. Is it going to go in the buckets? In one. Oh, maybe not. Ignore that. That don't look like terrible oil to me. I think this thing was serviced just before it was put away. Because nothing about it, you can... yeah, I've got a feeling it was all done before it was put away, which is a good sign. A very, very good sign. Yes. I got that carried away doing the oil, which is done. A little bit of a disaster. I forgot about that. Fuel filter, which again looks new, but we're going to change it anyway. We're here now, might as well change it. Make everything nice and shiny. Look at them brake pipes. Everything on this car. I think they're brake pipes, they might be air pipes, I'm not sure. I haven't seen the brake pipes, to be fair. I haven't had a look at those. Where are they? Oh, yeah, even they look good. Where are they? Vignon? Straight flexi up there. Yeah, they all look grand. Better than what they're attached to anyway. I think that air tank, I think I'll get a replacement one of those, because that is a bit, again, it's only the paint coming off making it look shitty, but I think we'll chuck a new air tank on it. But for now, let's get that fuel filter replaced. So, unfortunately, it's bad news for the old P30 crate. She failed her MOT, but not too badly. So there's a little hole in the sill down there and on both sides that I need to sort. There's a brake pipe at the back. The actual pipe itself is fine. It's the where it sort of meets the normal pipe, the ferrule I think it's called. It was rotted. I didn't spot it. My bad that, 'cause hopefully it's going to be, because it goes into the pipes that go over the, I think they go over the top of the fuel tank. They're an absolute pain to change, but they're all right. But if I mess the end of it up taking that off to replace this rubber, I could end up having to do the lot. So fingers crossed that doesn't end up being an absolute nightmare. But yeah, I've got that to do. And then the front ball joints, they're more of an advisory than a fail. But because I'm probably going to be putting this out for sale, it wants to be right, doesn't it? So yeah, bit gutted because I wanted to be using this. But we do have a timeline now, so it's looking like I'm going to the Land Rover show at Malvern, the LRM show. So the idea is to take a few vehicles with me to sort of put a bit of a display on. So ideally, I'd like to be taking this, taking my own Defender, my keeper, and then probably give you a little sneaky peek of the next video. That little thing there will maybe come along, and if I can get the parts to get the gearbox back together, maybe that as well. Be nice, wouldn't it? Be a bit of a display. How I'm going to get them all down there, no idea, but that's a problem for another day. But anyway, the sun is shining. I've got another video to finish making off on that, so I think we're going to take that and go and get some ice cream, maybe a beer, finish the video on that, edit this video up and get it posted. Job's a good one. Anyway, we will come back to this when I've got the welder set up here so I can sort all the jobs out. But for now, I'll see thee.